that was fun.
Evening, evening. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to FTRL. This is Div 2. We are back to do it all again after we did it last night in Div 1. Back here at Circuit de Catalunya for round 4 of Season 17. And I am joined tonight by one of our fast boys from Div 1 himself, Mr. Dan Morris. Evening, Dan.
Evening, how's it going?
Very good, mate. You?
I'm not too bad. I interrupted you there as well.
Sorry, I started the thing as you joined. I was like, oh, he's going to start talking. There we go. So, how was the race last night for you? You had quite an eventful one, from what I remember.
It was not going to say bad language on stream, but it wasn't great. It was a but yeah, have them races.
Yeah, I say it was a high attrition race for Div 1, which is quite unusual because usually we get quite a lot of finishes in Div 1. But there was a few corners around it that caused particular problems. Turn 9, I think, is the one to watch tonight because we saw quite a few people crash out in qualifying and then quite a few people went in the race as well. So it will be interesting to see how the Div 2 bunch get on in the same circumstances. Hopefully we'll finish with a few more drivers. I think it was 12 got to the flag last night, so quite a few retirements.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I think I'll probably see the same amount tonight, maybe yes, because as you said, turn 9 it's the killer itself. Like, you have to be specific at how you go into the corner. If you go in a bit wide, you're going to lose it. Push you in the wall, so it's going to be interesting to see how many people actually finish. It's
that sort of balance, is it? You want to push, you want to use some of that curb on exit. If you just go the wrong side of it, that's when it seems to catch people out. If they just go over the lip of the curb, but then it just seems to spit people off to the inside. So hopefully they'll have taken heed of what happened last night and won't be making the same mistakes then. So I'm on board with Sparks, who, well, probably should have won last week, but bottled a near certain victory. So let's see how he gets on tonight. Then we're on board with a lap of him. So down towards turn 1, the kilometre long start finish there with the DRS. Seem they're using plenty of the curve on the entrance to turn 1 to open the angle up through 1 and 2 nicely. Now this long turn 3 right-hander drift away from the apex and come back for a second bite at it. Over to the left then for turn 4 again, hug the apex on the inside and let the car drift over to the left, run all the way around the outside, fall back over to the right for the downhill turn 5 left-hander. Again, use all that curve on exits, short sprint down through this turn 6 kink and then into turn 7, of course, which claimed dramatically Carwin Robb in the race under the safety car from P2 last night, so hopefully nobody will make that mistake as well. Here's the tricky turn 9. Sparks are getting away with it this time. Into the second DRS zone and down to the turn 10 braking zone. And now it starts climbing up the hill. This tricky left-hander is light, makes the car very light. You can see in there just a little bit of a moment there, but catches it nicely through 12 and now into the Mickey Mouse section that they've ruined the end of this lap with. Down to second gear for the left. Alright, using the curve on exit, and now it's foot to the floor, up through the gears, back on the DRS, and across the line, and it's a 14.8 is the first lap on the board from Sparks, so a tidy first run for him.
That was a very good lap from Sparks, I did see that. I think there's maybe a couple of tenths in that as well, but when you were on that lap as well, I was watching Pagani, he spun a turn 9 and completely smashed the front wing, so he's the first victim of turn 9.
First victim didn't die though, that's the important thing, they didn't die, and so and that lap is proving quite handy. Maxi Syme has gone out there on the medium tyre and gone a second slower than Sparks, so a very handy lap from him. T. Smith goes on a 15.9, so that lap from Sparks is looking very handy already.
Is 14.8 bikers. That's quicker than some of the guys in Division 1 were doing, to be fair.
He's a very quick boy, and I found out this week he's 11 years old, so this is the future of F1 esports.
But he's already past his bedtime.
It probably is, but he is biblically quick. Already Daft Chip slots into P2 now on a 15.5, so gets to within a second, but that lap is looking very, very handy already. He might not even need to do any more laps based on the current form, so let's see who else we've got around. Fever's just starting a lap then.
Matman! Oh, before turn 9, turn 8, gone.
Oh, Matman's gone. Oh, he's clipped the bottom curve, yep. So Matman, of course, is racing with an injury. He's possibly stress fractured his wrist, so he's on his pad this week. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. Of course, he's been making superb progress since he joined us all those seasons ago. I remember his first race, and he was very impressed by the speed of everybody in Div 2, which was saying something. Now he's at the sharp end of Div 2. So if you see how he gets on back on pad tonight, so it'll be a blast for the pass from him. Fever then getting around turns 8 okay, where Matman just came a cropper, and up through the tricky turn 9. Leaves plenty in it though.
Just watching Captain Chubbs coming across the line here. He's gonna do 15.8, which wasn't too bad. His final sector was probably the best of all his whole, so he could definitely improve on that. I think he could do maybe a low 15.
Yeah, Chubbs is a bit of an abnormality. He's a very quick boy, but he's got no assist, no line this season as well, which I think is just taking him a little bit of time to get used to. Because I know he's blisteringly quick. He stepped onto Div 1 last season and was challenging for good results when he could keep it pointing in the right direction. So he's a quick boy. It's interesting to see how he gets on with no line, but yeah, up into P3 at the moment, so looking very handy indeed. Phoebe slots into P10 with his lap. Scuba Steve's second one to set a lap time on the medium, so we saw a few guys last night try this. They go out and do quite a few laps on the medium tyres in quality, maybe saving a set of softs for the race, but I think based on the strategy yesterday, I think you're better off saving medium tyres for the race, because this is quite a hard track on tyres, isn't it? The softs, I was going to say the softs don't really last very long. Thinking back to Funky Fox and that 14 lap stint he did at the end of the race on those soft tyres. So
yeah, I've honestly no idea how the hell he did 14 laps on those softs. But
not only did he do 14 laps, he overtook Dutch Tricks as well.
That is very true, but at the same time, it's probably better to save yourselves as well, because the most likely is going to be a couple of safety cars as we've seen last night, so it's probably good to actually save a set of softs towards the end of the race.
Very much so, yep, could come in handy, as we saw from, talks about them interviews, but everybody else went on the mediums, and it was Lynx who came through to take his second win in a row, so he is on absolute red hot form at the minute.
I'm just watching Oscar coming through the last tricky section.
Clicked onto him as well. Yeah. So last week's winner.
Very
to the line, to the 15s, goes fourth on a 15.6. But looking better for Sparks.
Maxi times also improved this time to a 15.4 on a medium, so it's interesting to see what he can do in a set of softs if he puts them on.
That's a very handy lap on the mediums, isn't he? He's second fastest at the moment on the medium tyre. Of course, he was winner first in the, week 1 at Kota. So what can he do this time? Of course, second last time out as well, so he's got good form this season, missed the second race, so he's got first and second to his name so far.
Sorry, Katamis in the wall, Jesus.
Oh, Katamis in the wall. Oh, he's gone off at turn 5, is that? That's an odd place to go off there. He's must have caught the grass on the turn in.
Yeah, he understeered under the grass and the car just didn't want to stick and bang into the wall all the time.
So yeah, that's another one. That's an odd place to go off, but yeah. Div 2 do like doing things differently.
Div 2 don't like to drive in a straight line.
This is true, they don't like to drive in a straight line at all. On board Casey Bernard then, let's see what he can do then. Just on board with Bossman, but he invalidated through the first couple of quarters, so he'll have to go again. Oh, and Casey's run wide at turn 2 as well. He has invalidated his lap, so that for him. Pagani on a second flyer. Around to turn 6, the scene of Katami's demise. How does he get on with this turn 7 and 8 this time? Stays plenty away from the curbs this time, so yeah, leaving plenty in it there through 9 as well, not risking an accident. Coming now down towards turn 10, a 51.7 in the middle sector. Of course, this is his first lap, so we don't have a comparison at the moment. But Pagani's definitely one for the... Oh, he's getting out of the way, so I think he's... runs wide and nearly drops it, so I don't know if that was him getting out of somebody's way or what he was doing there, but had a bit of a moment. He's going to go again. So maybe that was an outlap after all.
You know, this game doesn't like to tell us that's an outlap, so...
This is true, unless you're doing unless you're CR7, in which case you're just permanently on an outlap last night, which was a very annoying glitch and robbed us of a potential race winner.
To be fair, T. Smith has covered around the last section now, and he is 3. Oh, he's completely missed the second last chicane. That's going to cost him a couple of tenths. Yeah, he's completely butchered his lap. He was nearly half a second up to prefer.
Yeah, that'll be frustrating there, yes. Of course, T. Smith, former Div 1 race winner many moons ago, back now in F1 but on his wheel, so he's making the transition. Starting to make steady progress. Had a good run last time out at Paul Ricard. He's out in P6 as well, so not a bad lap so far on the third row. Oh, he's invalidated this lap as well already, so he'll be in the pits this time. And then with just under 8 minutes to go, current running order is Spark, still on pole, and probably not going to leave the garage again at this rate, although Maxi Syme is now sat in the pits on the soft tyre, so we might see him come out and try and challenge for pole. Daft Chip is sat in third with Oscar in fourth, so both Ferraris in the top four. Chubbs P5, T Smith P6, Nexus Cats in his first appearance of the season P7, Alex Pixie P8, Bread is P9, and Aaron Trucker is rounding out the top 10. And Fever and Unsafe, the two Germans together, 11th and 12th, Matt Ann in 13th, Pagani 14th, and Scuba Steve currently 15th, although he just did a lap on the mediums and went in, so he's now out on the softs. I expect to see him challenging the front couple of rows. Once he gets the lap together, he's letting a few people go past.
Just watching Captain Chubbs, he's into the final section of the track now. If he nails this, it could be on for P2 so far, and he has nailed it pretty well.
Rounds on the corner, keeps the short line. Goes fourth, though lost a bit of time in the final sector. Goes ahead of Oscar though. Starts in just behind Daft Chip on a 15.542. 300th down.
Oscar's to start his lap as well. Nexus Cats is into the final sector. Oh, a bit twitchy. I'm at turn 10, I think it was. Long right hander now. On the turn 12. I think it's on here to the last.
Yeah, they've flagged a couple of cars ahead of him, able to get away. One of them is a teammate who obliges. Plenty of exit curb there.
How that is not involved, did I don't know.
No, didn't. I was going to say he was right up on the green curb there, wasn't he? And didn't improve, I don't think. So stays in P7. His teammate now getting a slipstream on the run onto turn 1. Is he going to get out of the way? He is. Yep, go straight on. And let's Casamese carry on. Then Daft Chip, and meanwhile, has slotted himself back into P2 onto a 15.3. So he's jumped ahead of Maxi Sign.
Captain Chubbs has lost it at a turn 11, I believe. And that was him even trying to get out of the way of people, so that's the first spin of Chubbs for the night.
And we've got somebody else off as well. I can see at the back there. Is it Scuba Steve? It is. Scuba Steve in the wall at the top of the hill there. He's lost his nose cone, so that's. I think he's lost it through that little switch through the turn 11. That little sort of off camber uphill corner that just flicks the car, makes the car light, and I think he's lost it there as he's turned into the wall.
Or Trucker in the section of the track. See, Dr. Duckwood is another sector that was off board of it. Is it going to be improving it? Looks like it's going to be not by much, it's only half a second, so he's into the top 10, but I think there's still a couple of tenths in his lap as well.
Yeah, that's for now, up at the top 10, so both McLarens in the top 10, 2nd and 10th.
Calsper's now coming out to do his lap.
And I think Calsper is just doing an out lap, because I think obviously he's quite a quick boy, so I think he's just setting his making sure his setup is on for the race. I don't think he's going to qualify, so I expect him to come back in at the end of the lap. He's filling in for Brutus tonight, of course. Brutus, former Div 2 champ. Casey Bernard out on the medium tyre, interestingly.
I think that could be a bit of a waste. I don't think he's going to get challenged in the top 10 instead of medium, so we'll see. We'll find out his first sector.
Yeah, so Casey's come quite a long way since he's joined FTRL as well. Again, he's been fighting at the front this season. Of course, he won on track at Kota, but had a penalty that denied him the win. And a strong run in Sochi. Pagani has retired in the pits. Yep, he's decided he's not going to go again, so he's quite happy where he is. P11 at the moment. I'll give him a free tyre choice.
So what at the moment, Casey Bernard is 2 tenths down on the likes of Alex Pixie, Braid is your daddy, and Aaron Trucker. So he needs to be nailing these next 2 sectors if he's going to try and get in the top 10 instead of mediums. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste.
Let's see how he gets on then. He doesn't have a lap time to his name yet, so anything on the board would be better than nothing.
So he's coming in now. Final section as well. These surely shouldn't be getting good traction with these tires. For he actually does. Traction could go a bit tighter to the line. Cut the rubber, see how he gets on. It's a 16.8 on his speed.
13, yeah, so it's not a bad lap for the mediums, but I think he would have hoped to be in and around the top 10. Maybe he's planning for the alternate strategy. We shall see.
T Smith is currently half a second up on his time as well. Is he going to complete this lap? Yes, he is. So T Smith actually could be challenging for the front row of the grid here if he nails this. Into the last corner, what's he going to do? 15.5 and actually goes P4, so it's a good lap.
Tidy that from him there, and he's taken the possibly the wise choice of getting out track and getting his final run in early, because honestly everybody in the pits at the moment waiting to go for their last run. You would imagine the track's going to get very, very busy. As we saw Paul Ricard, we saw it in Sochi, and everybody on track, it just gets very busy. It's very easy to encounter traffic, and that can very quickly ruin your lap. So getting his final run in early, track kind of gets into its prime about 5 minutes from the end, doesn't it? So I think that's a tidy lap. That should see him there or thereabouts.
That is a tidy lap indeed, but it's going to be interesting to see if actually Sparks actually does come out, because with no maxi times he'll probably come out to do a lap on the soft to get pole position. So we'll see if Sparks actually comes out to cover him.
Yeah, I think he might come out and just to cover him off, and we shall see.
Everybody's now starting to come out for the red laps now, so I don't like this. I don't like between 4 minutes to 2 minutes, because this is just the part where it's just quiet, because everybody's just in the pits waiting for the final run.
Yeah, very much so. I always tend to get out a little bit early, just trying to avoid the mass chaos that is the final couple of minutes, because you know that everybody's on track. You're going to struggle to get a bit of a gap, and then you run the risk of, if you leave it too late, not getting any lap in. So it's a strategic battle to try and make sure you get a clear run on your final lap while the track's in its peak.
Well, we can safely say, Lee, that Maxi Symes and Sparks are both not going to go out for one final run, because they're both still in the pits.
No, so they've decided that first and third. And the best in the chat, we have got Fever, who's on track as well. Junkie Sports as well, evening. And evening, Mr. Madman. Hopefully your wrist isn't giving you too many problems. Currently, though, down in P17. He's on his out, although Oscar then is starting flying a lap, and he's the first one to start. Brad just behind him. And also Chubb, so those three are on to their final flying run. We'll stay on board with Oscar then. It's currently P6. Big twitch off the curb at turn 2. Gathers it up though, didn't invalidate. That would have cost him a couple of tenths. And he is... Something just popped up in the corner. I can't see what the time was now. That's really annoying. And drops down then to turn 5. Apexes nicely. The kink that is turn 6 into the bottom corner, turn 7. Plenty of curb on the entrance, opening up the angle, gets around there nicely. Here comes turn 9. Get around there nicely. Let DRS open again, over to the right hand side of the track, using the curb on entry. Into turn 10, down to second gear. Now starts to climb up the hill. Do this tricky left-hander. Get through there nicely. Again, the double apex and that long right-hander. Now just that final section to go. Curves nicely. That was nice from Oscar, nice and tidy. Here he comes then, out of the final corner. Does he improve on P6? He does, up to 4th. He goes 15.5 from him, so joins his teammate on the second row. So it's all Ferrari second row. Here comes Chubbs to the line. He doesn't improve, so he stays P6. Daft Chip is on a lap. He's in the final sector. He has invalidated his lap though, so he's not going to improve. Nexus Cats, how is he doing? He's up in sector 2, but he'll need to find a bit more time to improve on P7. He's 4 tenths, he was up by just under a tenth. He needs a bit of time in the final sector. Here we got just ahead of him one of the Alpines, I believe, or one of the Williams actually. Is it Scuba Steve? Oh, who was that returning to the track? That is Catamese at a moment, so Catamese will not be improving. Cats has invalidated his lap right at the end as well, so he won't improve. Alex Pixie has a bit of a moment through the final chicane. Lost the back as he tried to get the power down. That would have cost him some time. Does he improve though? He does. He goes up to 7th in fact, so he did find enough time to jump ahead of Cats. So, place game for him. Bread is in the gravel. So he won't be improving. Aaron Trucker, is he on a lap? He is. Into sector 2.
I think Chubbs is also on a lap. Chubbs is now coming into... Oh, we see that massive twitch out of the final corner. This time screens are messed up. He shouldn't even be on a lap, but he is. What's he going to do? He doesn't improve, he loses out by 2 tenths.
Aaron Trucker up 3 tenths then as he ended sector 2. This could jump him into the top 10. Bread and Bossman within reach. Possibly even Nexus Cats here. If he can have a good final run, the car ahead of him gets out of the way. Does he make the move into the top 10?
Oh, he just misses out.
Oh, he's lost time in the final sector then. So he was up by 3 tenths. Lost a couple of tenths in that final sector. Maybe that car that was going to the pits just took his eye. So he stays 11th, but he gets a free tyre choice at least. And that, I believe, is the lot then. So it is Sparks on pole with that opening run of a 14. That was some lap from him. He will start on pole for the second week in a row. Daft Chip joins him on the front row. Can he get the whole shot, get ahead of him, challenge him for the win? Maxi Simon, Oscar then on the second row. So all Ferraris on the second row. Last week's winner. First week's winner as well. So everybody got through qualifying in one piece. I'm quite impressed. Nobody retired as a result of contact. So maybe they were just taking it a little bit easier, having watched what happened last night. Sparks then will start round 4 on pole position, half a second ahead of the field, though. Daft Chip in second for McLaren. Maxi Syme set his fastest lap on the medium tyre. So that is that's an interesting development for him. He's got the alternate strategy and starts third. Oscar, his teammate, lines up alongside him. P4 with T Smith, P5. Chubbs, P6. Alex Pixie is 7th. Nexus Cats, 8th. Bossman is 9th. And Brediger Daddy rounding out the top 10 before Aaron Trucker, Pagani, Unsafe Cat, Casey, Matt, Feber, Scuba Steve, and Calsper bringing up the rear.
So it's going to be an interesting one. Maxi Symes is on the alternate strategy. Surely that should be the best shot.
Well, he's definitely, we saw last night the soft tyres didn't last too long for those who started, but we might get an early safety car. You've got an admirer in the chat as well. Mr. Adamako is eyes on Dan in commentary.
Thank you very much, Adam. Thank you.
Indeed, and commenting that half a second between first and second. That's a big, big gap. Obviously, we don't really know Maxi Syme's stream pace because he set his lap time on the mediums, but that is, well, what's the difference between soft and a medium tyre? Probably about 6-7 tenths, maybe?
6 or 7 tenths, but
so
realistically...
Maxi Syme potentially should have been on pole.
You would say that, but realistically, in the race, in terms of race pace, there's not that much difference in the tyres, because you actually think that 7 tenths is a lot, but in the race they're near enough identical, so I don't know. Same with the hards, like last night, whenever, I suppose it was DRS trades as well, when people were in the hards, the guys in the mediums couldn't get past them because of the DRS, and you probably will see a lot of that tonight as well, DRS trades.
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult track to overtake, other than when the tyre, you've got a massive tyre advantage, and obviously the DRS down the main straight is the key. So, the grid for round 4 is as follows. Sparks on pole for the second week in a row. He's come back with a bang. Daft Chip joins him on the front row in the McLaren. Maxi Syme in the Ferrari on those medium tyres, starts P3. Could he be in prime position to challenge for the win with the alternate strategy? We shall see. Oscar, his teammate, joins him on a row 4. Hopefully those two are not going to compromise each other strategy wise. You'd imagine, though, one on the soft, one on the medium. They shouldn't get in each other's way. T Smith, good qualifying from him. Again, P5 for him. Looking to get a strong result from there. Chubbs up in P6. Good qualifying from him. Can he get a strong result tonight as well? Alex Pixie then lead Mercedes this week. He starts P7 alongside Nexus Cats and his first start of the season in that Has that he was praying for. Got his wish. That means the only person in the whole league. Him and Kim and Kat, the only two people in the whole league who've been praying to get Has. There's just something not quite right with those two.
Did they actually want the Has, did they?
He wanted the Has, yes. They even made a graphic before the season started.
What is wrong with them two boys? I swear to God, from driving that thing is one of the worst things I've ever done in my life. Jesus Christ.
Bossman starts P9 in the soul of the Red Bulls with Brediger Daddy rounding out the top 10, and they all start on the tyres on which they qualified then. Free tyre choice for everybody else, and everybody behind them is on the medium tyre then. So Aaron Trucker is P11, Pagani P12. Unsafe is 13th alongside Catamise in 14th. Casey Bernard is 15th, Matman is 16th, Fever 17th, Scuba Steve and Calsper rounding out the grid. So Dan, quick prediction. Who do you think's going to be on the podium?
Maxi Symes to win, Sparks second, and I'm going to go Bossman for third.
Cool.
And Oscar to Bennett first.
I remember a race here where Oscar crashed. There was an accident that Oscar caused off the start line, so hopefully he'll not make the same mistake again. I'm going to go Sparks for the win, Maxi Symes second, Daft Chip third. Revs are up. Lights are out on my screen, but they're not in the game. Revs are up for the cars. And away we go. And it is a good start from the front row. Sparks has got a good jump. T Smith get a good... what's going on in the background? Everybody seems to have got around okay, though. Sparks got the jump. T Smith jumps. Maxi Syme on those medium. Oh, we've got yellow flag now, though. One of the McLarens has got his accident. It's Aaron Trucker. has gone around. Kalsper's up 5 places already. He's had a demon start.
Oh, this is getting very feisty. People are diving. Someone's went wide. I think that's Kalsper. Yeah, Kalsper's completely wide, and he's down into P18.
Brady and Daddy and Academy. Oh, the Haz is getting together there. Academies and Cats having a moment. Bread now Cat around the outside of Bread. That's a good overtake from Casamies on the opening lap. Used to go wheel to wheel. They all now sort themselves out into a line. Cats now trying to come back at Bread as your Daddy. Got people looking to the inside, left and right. Bread going defensive. Here comes Cats on Bread as your Daddy. Into turn 10, up the inside. That's a good overtake there. Gets the move done.
Oh, and ahead Catamies was very twitchy. This is not the first time that these two horses have made contact straight off the line.
No, Brett into the back of Cats. Oh, he's going to lose it. He saves it. Oh, one of the Alpines that goes into the back of him.
Oh my god, the carnage. And Casey Bernard's round as well. Jesus Christ. This is horrible.
Almost got round the lap. Almost got round the lap. So Sparks leads there by 8 tenths of a second over Daft Chip. Oscar in 3rd. T. Smith is 4th. Maxi Sign down to 5th. But still in the hunt. Oh, and round goes the McLaren. Daft Chip has gone out to the same corner his teammate went on lap 1. Both McLarens were spun at turn 2. Gets going again. Oh, one of the Mercedes. Oh, he's overcooked his tyres and round he goes again. Oh, it's all gone wrong for McLaren. Casey in the pits says he picked up damage. And that has given Sparks a 1.7 second lead on lap 2. Oscar now up to P2. T. Smith up to 3rd. And the McLarens. Oh, and around goes Oscar. He's lost it at turn 7. Keeps it out of the wall, but he spins out of P. Nobody wants P2. Nobody wants P2 apparently. And T. Smith takes over. Oh, what Oscar's gone? Oh no. Oh no, virtual safety car is deployed on lap 2. Oscar, I bet he's lost that trying to get going again, hasn't he?
He has. Oh
yeah. No, he's cooked it. So we saw Daft Chip spin after cooking his tyres with his spin, and Oscar's tried to get on the throttle and has put it in the wall. Now, does anybody take the opportunity to switch strategies? Alex Pixie he's in. The Mercedes man takes the opportunity to get off of those soft tyres.
Medium or hards?
I would imagine he's going to the medium, so he's got to go a bit longer. He will do a 2-stopper.
Yes.
Also with his Bread as your Daddy. Bread of course may have picked up a bit of damage after that contact at the end of lap 1. Now I think some of the guys might have been hoping for a full set. Got Daft Chip is in now as well. And we are racing again. And Sparks has been, well, handed a massive advantage. He's now 2.7 seconds ahead on lap 3. T. Smith leading the charge. Maxi Syme is back where he started. And we've seen 2 of the guys ahead of him spin out of the race.
Oh, Kalsper's wide. Kalsper's wide trying to overtake Matt Martin on the outside. There was no room, and that's Kalsper straight into the gravel and has now lost 3 positions.
Brave attempted a move. Drops behind Fever, Scuba Steve and Matman. Coming back at them now. It's a bit more strung out than it was last night. Aaron Chucker's on the back of the pack, so recovering after that opening lap spin.
It's all going to get very congested in a minute because Catamies is really slow on the medium tyres, but nobody's going to pass him because you know what Catamies is like. He'll just burn all his ARS down the straight. And then really, it's very close between him and Nexus Cat, so I don't know if that's just Catamies lagging or what it is, but we'll see now. I think Catamies, yeah, he's burning most of his ARS now to try and get in the DRS of Bossman, so looks like it's going to be a massive DRS stream coming very soon. It's all a matter of how much Gran can catch up.
Safe now in the pits as well. We've got a yellow flag sector 1. Who is that? Oh, it's Maxi Syme. He's lost it on turn 1. He's lost at the curb on turn 1. So another one now. Can he? Oh, wow. Around he goes again. Yeah, another one who's cooked his tyres. Hasn't let them cool down. Around he goes again. So everybody's throwing it away from the front of the field. This is just getting easier and easier for Sparks. So everybody, somehow Bossman is now up to P4. Katowice is up 9 places into P5. So yeah, look at the movements already. We've got T. Smith up 3, Chubbs up 3, Bossman up 5, Katowice up 9, Cat's up 2, Pagani up 5, Matman up 8, Scuba Steve up 9, Kalsper up 9, Fever up 6. So people just throwing it off the road.
Well, it looks like Sparks has this race won then.
Well, I could have said that last week until he threw it away. But Everybody else is throwing it away so far. Meanwhile,
I'm going to make a prediction. Sparks will come to the next one, the DNF.
Brave call. Chubb sets the fastest lap of the race. Captain Chubb suddenly lighting up the timing screens. Katz goes past Katames. So the Hazes have swapped positions then. That was probably orchestrated between them. Katz on the soft tyre still, so should have the advantage at this stage. Scuba Steve goes past Matman as well, up into P8. So the Williams man making good progress. We've got yellow flags at 3. Oh, it's Daft Chip, is it? Again, he's had another moment at the top of the hill. No. Yeah, Scuba Steve just as a purple first sector as well. So Scuba Steve on the move. Captain Chubb's now getting within DRS range of T. Smith. And the gap between T. Smith and Sparks is holding at about 2.7, 2.8. So T. Smith seems to have just about held Daft Chip in the pits again. So Chubbs could be the one to watch it.
Chubbs is in a very, very comfortable position here, because if he is doing no assists, like, he can basically just use T. Smith as a reference for his turning point, his braking, and everything like that. So he's actually in a very comfortable position, because once he gets past T. Smith, it's going to be his braking distance and all. It's going to be a lot harder, and he's probably going to turn in a lot later as well, and it'll probably affect him later on in the race. But at the moment, I think he's just happy enough to just sit behind him, and hopefully T. Smith can put him around.
Yeah, well, there we go again. Fastest lap of the race from Chubbs, 19.0. So once again, and they've both pulled in about 2 or 3 tenths on the race leader that lap. So T. Smith is also closing in on the race leader here. So T. Smith showing good pace. Bossman with the first penalty of the race. He's just in the background of these two. In fact, he's not even in shot. So the top 3 have already pulled big gap over Bossman. He's now 3.8 behind. He's a second ahead of the 2 Hazes, who are running around together in 5th and 6th.
Oh, nice, his Cat's actually got past him, didn't he?
Yeah, he got past on the straight last time around, so I think Cat probably let him go. Those two will be in a party together, so we've got Ox in the chat supporting Katames.
I hope he wins it.
Well, with Katames, anything can happen. He could literally bonsai and win this. He could crash out. He could take 3 cars with him. Who knows? Who knows with Katames? He's an adventure in himself.
I had my times with Katames and they weren't pleasant.
Oh, we've all had our times with Katames, mate. We've all had our times with Katames.
They weren't pleasant.
Most of they're all memorable, not usually for the right reason. So then on to lap 7 we go. Gap holding for about 2.4 between the front 2. T. Smith trying to give chase. They've got the McLaren in between them, and so that might give T. Smith a bit of DRS soon if he can get within DRS range of Daft Chip. Daft Chip is going to be praying and hoping for a safety car.
Yeah, he definitely will be. I think he will get one. There's surely someone's going to bin it, like out of turn 9. But to be fair, I'm surprised nobody's actually been out of turn 9 yet. It's been turn 2 and turn 3.
True indeed. So holding steady. Katz is now within DRS range of Bossman, and he's bringing Cat with him. So the Hazes are stalking the Red Bull.
I don't think you hear that.
Yeah, you don't hear it in real life very much now, unless it's Mazepin lining up his next crash on the back of Perez.
For stopping, you never know.
That's true. I don't know. He's not really close enough to Verstappen often enough. Perez seems to be.
T. Smith is gone.
Oh no! T. Smith's gone at that little turn 12 for that little flip-flop corner. So another one spins out of P2. Loses just the one place now. He's got to watch his tyres. Don't make the same mistake that Daft Chip and Oscar and Maxi Simon made. He's in the pits, in fact, so he's going straight into the pits. Getting up his tyres. Bossman and Katz following him in. So we've got first. Oh, Katz has hit the back of Bossman in the pit lane. And that's wing damage. Now, did Bossman get any damage from that? There might have been diffuser damage for him there.
I think his front wing's intact, but I think he definitely did make contact anyway, but he has 1% of meters. I think most of these guys are going to be 2-step on this, because I can't see the MBD going 26.
Yeah, so out they go then. So I don't think Katz has changed his wing from that. T. Smith has been jumped by Bossman in that, so Bossman has got ahead of T. Smith in the pits there, so good work from the Red Bull crew. It's almost like real life there, the Red Bull crew doing bits in the pit lane.
Exactly.
And they've done their pits and they've come out just in front of Unsafe Release. So Unsafe Release pitted early, so he's now kind of factored back in a little bit there, so that's not worked out too badly for him then. So that releases Captain Chubbs then. I think he got a little bit held up by that, so he's lost a bit of time to the race leader. What can you do now? The gap's now 3.9, so either Sparks has just put the hammer down, or Chubb has had a little bit of a moment somewhere. Now, do we see these guys now? Daft Chip is coming back onto the back of Sparks here. I wonder if Sparks might be due a pit stop soon. Chubb's lost another half a second there, so I don't know whether losing his guy there has just hurt him a little bit, or...
Oh, it definitely has. I've seen him the past couple. I've seen him ever since T Smith spun that. He hasn't been doing great. Like, he's turning in not where he should be. He's not braking where he should be, which is losing him a lot of time. His tyres look destroyed as well, so he's probably safer coming in, going for a set of horse and just going to the end.
Daft Chip all over the back of Sparks now as well, which suggests that Sparks' tyres are past their best. So expect those are the last two drivers yet to get off of those soft tyres they started.
T Smith's making the move in Blossman down the straight as well. T Smith into turn 1. Clearly ahead, and the Nexus Cats couldn't get through either. But he has got a good run with the turn through in the turn 3. Bossman's gonna, to be fair, Bossman actually takes quite a bit of speed in as well, using a wee bit of ERS, and there's gonna be no move into turn 4. No, there's not, so Teeth Mist moved up position, and Nexus Cats is trying to follow him through.
Yeah, Matman and Aaron Trucker are nose to tail, so Aaron recovering after that lap 1 spin. Now on the back of the Mercedes. Just up the road from that battle we were just watching. DRS is open, Matman covering the inside. Not going to let the McLaren man up the inside. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? That is Bossman. Bossman's gone around. Oh, Cats has gone as well, I think. Have they come together? They're dropping down the order together, so T. Smith made the move at the right time. They're both underway again, but contact between those two again then, so I'm quite impressed that Cats... I saw a lot of carbon fibre fly up as they went into the pit, so he's definitely hit the back. The race leaders are in. Sparks and Chubb's pits. Academies takes over at the front. Here comes Aaron on Matman. Meanwhile, coming out of the pits, who is that? That was the race leader, or the former race leader. So Aaron Drucker drops in just behind Sparks. Sparks onto the mediums, which again suggests that he's going to pit again. Yellow flag sector 3. Oh, it's Bossman again. Oh, he's gone. Bossman is gone.
Is this going to be a safety car now? It's a question. I think he's in the pits, is he not?
I think he's in the pit lane, yeah. I think he might have crashed in the pit. I think Joe did that last night, actually.
But the safety car actually came out when he did?
Yeah, it did. And... not seeing a safety car, so it doesn't look like it's going to come.
Fever and Matman and Alex Pixie. Jeez, that's very close up on the turn 9. Oh, it's getting very feisty up here.
Ball with Daft Chip then. Is there any sign of that? No, he's... That's a weird crash. He's on the track, right at the entrance to the pit lane, like round the corner. So I'm not quite sure what's happened there to Bossman. Unless maybe he's tried to go for the pit lane and hit the wall. That's all I can think of.
I think my man's going to be a sitting duck here now, coming on to the DRS.
Side by side, Maxi Simon, unsafe release through turn 12. That's a brave overtake for Maxi Simon. I guess it done though. Safe not fighting that one too hard. Scuba Stephen Sparks changing places then, so the two Williams.
Oh, Pagani's round, turn 3.
Oh no, Pagani's gone.
A lot of guys seeing him struggling at turn 2.
Guess where Pagani was when he span? He was in P2. Another one goes out of P2. So P2 is a jinx place now. Carlsberg, watch out. Better go on board with Carlsberg because something's probably going to happen to him now. Seems to be the order of the game.
It's going to be interesting if Sparks gets to the background, because I know Chubbs and Kelsper's going to be in their own party, so the only way that Chubbs can really get near Sparks is by Kelsper holding him up, which, to be fair, he's going to be on 15 lap olds mediums, so it's going to be very hard to do so, but you never know.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, Sparks has got Scuba Steve, Aaron, Matman and Fever and Alex Pixie between him and Chubbs, so quite a big battle. Fever and Alex Pixie changing places.
Yeah, Chubbs is going to lose a lot of time here behind these guys, because these guys are squabbling very, very hard.
Lets his teammate through. That's well organised by the Mercedes. Fever's going to take advantage as well, though. Down the inside he goes. Matman going to go wheel to wheel with him. Fighting back. No, Matman's held on. Position well there, and Chubbs now stuck behind this battle. Spark sets the fastest lap of the race. Oh, was that contact there with Chubbs and Fever, I think?
I think it's all wing ups intact, so I don't think it's too
I think it was a rub. I didn't see any carbon fibre fly, but there was definitely a bit of smoke. So there was definitely something rubbed. As Fever trying to go around the outside of Matman into turn 1. That's going to be brave. Chubbs is going to try and buy into this.
Oh, he's going to be
He's got the wrong side. I think he's picked the wrong side there. I think he could have gone on the outside of 2, or he's going to try and go on the outside of 3. Gets a slingshot.
He's going to have the line, or is he going to go for a bit of a cutback? No, he's not. He's just going to try and hang it around the outside. I think he's going to do it. It's a beautiful move.
That's a good move. Got the inside for... Yeah, great move there from Chubbs. Great move from him. Great wheel-to-wheel action. Fair play. Fiebe is one of the best drivers to race wheel-to-wheel because he is very, very... gives you a lot of room. So, a lot of... Chubbs. That is not an overtaking... This is not an overtaking place either. Oh, that's brave. That was brave. That was very brave. Brave or stupid. Here comes Fiebe back at him. But he's now got the inside of Fiebe. Matman's wide. He's up the inside of Matman. And they're wheel to wheel. Up the hill, Chubbs gets the inside. Fiebe gets through as well. Matman loses out 2 places. So Chubbs a little bit desperate there to try and get through.
Jesus, that was very feisty.
That was brave and ballsy. Fiebe cutting the chicane there. He braked himself. Behind them, we've got T. Smith and Pagani closing in now as well. Man now under pressure from the other Alfa Romeo. To the inside. This should be a fairly easy overtake. T. Smith on fresh tyres. Macman still on the medium tyres he started. And through goes T. Smith up into P9.
It's getting a bit interesting now with some of these guys that haven't hit it. Most of these guys in the mediums are going to try and stretch it to themselves. So they'll be pitting around about 22, 23 probably. So you've not 10 laps.
So there is the potential that Sparks and Chubbs could go to the end on their tyres.
They might need a safety car with us only.
They might, yeah, so they might need a safety car, but that might also negate their advantage, although depends when it comes, really. I think so. We shall see though. We've had a couple of incidents, no more than a virtual safety car at the moment. It's Pagani now latches onto the back of Matman. And T. Smith making the move on his teammate. Through he goes. Here comes Pagani on Matman. Yep, both get the moves done into turn 10. Oh, T. Smith then wide. Through 10. Now he sits about Chubbs now, meanwhile chasing down Alex Pixie, who's on the back of Aaron Trucker. That gets the move done as Aaron is pitting.
And Sparks in 3 laps has taken 2 seconds out of Kelsper.
Yeah, down to 1.5 seconds. Kelsper also closing in on Katamis. So Katamis is the race leader at the minute, and we've not seen him for a little while. Up front and doing his own thing. Spread there picking up a penalty. Where's Brett at the minute? He's down to P14 on the hard tyre. I'll go to 13th as he passes Aaron, who's in the pits. Katamis leads 1.4 seconds over Kalsper, who's got 1.4 seconds over Sparks. But Sparks on fresh medium tyres is quickly closing that gap. Kalsper's just taken about half a second out of Cat. So Cat had a moment somewhere. He is closing in rapidly, almost within DRS range now. Alex Pixie and Scuba Steve are together as well. Alex thinks about moving to turn 10, not quite close enough. Scuba Steve will hold on for now. Kalsper has got to within DRS range of the race leader, so Kalsper, I think, is about to make a move for the lead here.
Oh, Katami's in very early. Is he going for a set of hards? This would be...
Yeah, it must be hard tyre there, surely. So Kalsper takes over at the front then.
To be fair, Katami's tyres did look like they were going off quite a bit because that's how he lost so much time. Turn 9, I think he had a big, massive oversteer moment.
Yeah. Here comes Alex Pixie on Scuba Steve. That's an easy overtake with DRS. Through he goes. Into the pits comes Pagani and Maxi Syme as well. And so they're going on to the hards, I believe. Oh, Pagani's got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That's not ideal for him. So we're nearly halfway into the race. No safety car yet. Very impressed.
Very impressed.
I was expecting absolute chaos last night. After last night, yellow flag sector 1. Who is that? It's unsafe release. There's a moment there. Round he goes at turn 2. Again, that looks like he's kept it out of the wall.
These cars are getting very lucky with their spins. If this was last night, these cars would have been in the wall.
Yeah, I think anybody with a spin last night was in a wall. So,
exactly.
Just the 2 retirements so far then, Oscar and Bossman. Now, Kalsper's actually pulled away a little bit from Sparks again.
I was actually just about to say, it's only been a couple of tenths, but I think in this lap Sparks just a bit of tenths. But there you go.
There we go, Kalsper with the fastest lap of the race, so not showing his pace. course, he has yet to pit though, so Sparks probably doesn't have to worry about it too much. Chubbs is only up to P5. He's not on the back of Scuba Steve, so he's now catching the back of Sparks' teammate. We've got yellow flag sector 3. That's one of the McLarens.
That is Alex Trucker.
It's Aaron Trucker. Yeah, Aaron Trucker around a little flip-flop corner that I don't think it caused too many problems last night, but that's catching up more people than turn 9 so far. So struggling. Fever and Bread in the pits. That's Brett's an early pit stop for Brett, who's on the hard tyre, so maybe he fancies getting on to the mediums going to the end.
What's this now? Oh, yeah, Bernard's gone around. Turn 13, turn 12.
Yeah, top of the hill. In case you're not enjoying this tonight.
There's so many spins, but just nobody's crashing in that wall.
Yeah, they're doing it all the right places.
Exactly.
So Carlsberg continues to lead. Sparks just closing that gap down again. Alex Pixie has put a bit of time to Scuba Steve, who now has Chubbs on the back of him. So Chubbs now starting to apply the pressure to the second of the Williams.
Carlsberg's in.
Ooh, bit of a twitch there from Chubbs. Dirty air caught him out. It's the race leader pits. Oh, Chubbs had a big slide. Oh, he saves it just. Wow. That was a big slide there as he came through the right-hander down the hill towards the chicane. Just saved it, and T. Smith is closing in the background. Carlsberg on his way out of the pits. Where is he going to rejoin? Mattman's in the pits as well. Carlsberg's going to come out in P6.
I'm very impressed with the pace that T. Smith has shown.
Yeah, he's been very solid tonight so far. But for that spin, he would be P2.
Sparks is running.
Yeah, Sparks is off and away. That gap now, look at the gap to Chubbs. It was, what, 3-4 seconds just before the pits. It's now 11 seconds to Alex Pixie, who's second. And Chubbs is another 3 seconds behind that. So, yeah, that gap has really opened up now. We've got a bit of a battle pack going on further back. Who is it? Here we go. We've got Pagani, Mattman and Maxi Syme all together.
Scuba Steve's also going to need a sitting duck here now into turn 10. Captain Chubbs is going down the inside. He's just thinking about it, but he's not close enough to make the move. So Chubbs should surely line this up before on the DRS should.
But now he's going to have to watch his mirrors as well because T. Smith is here. Chubbs now looking to go around the outside. That could open the door. T. Smith, this is probably the podium in the minute. Second and third, these two net. Scuba Steve and Alex Pixie yet to pit. In fact, Alex Pixie has pitted, but I don't think he'll get to the end on those tyres. Here we go, onto the street.
Can't do Carlsberg Academies either, because they're not too far behind either.
Carlsberg trying to break the slipstream. A little bit naughty there, but Chubbs has got enough. Sorry, Scuba Steve. Oh, Scuba Steve goes straight on at turn 1.
Did you see?
It's his breaking point.
He caught the bump in the turn 1, the car just hopped and he just couldn't stop the car in time.
Yeah, very straight on he goes. So, having done everything to try and break the slipstream, then now breaks himself and goes straight on, then hands the place to Captain Chubbs and T. Smith. You imagine he'll be looking to pit in the not too distant future. Although he probably want to go to the soft, so yeah, he probably want to do a few more laps yet. Although we're getting into the territory where Funky Fox pitted, but then he did have a little bit of time under the safety car last night, so.
Yes, he did.
Current running order, Sparks is leading by 12.6 seconds. It is looking very, very easy for him tonight. Alex Pixie is P2, but yet to pit. Oh, no, he has pitted, sorry, but he'll need to pit again. Which means this battle currently over P3 is for the final 2 spots on the podium. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Who is that? Spread his daddy's gone round at turn 1. Turn 2. There goes Daft Chip and unsafe release. And I think Casey Bernard's going to go through as well. He does indeed. Unsafe goes wide, picks up a penalty. Kicking himself for that. Now then, Chubbs versus T. Smith. I think Chubbs has got a decent run out the final corner, so he's not going to be under threat into turn 1. Carlsberg on Scuba Steve though. He's going to be closer. Scuba Steve's going defensive. Carlsberg pops out again. Scuba Steve goes deep, stays on the track this time. Carlsberg goes around the outside. Oh, they bump, and Scuba Steve into the wall.
I'm surprised he's only lost the left end plate of his car.
Yeah, looked like a bigger crash than that. Yeah, away he goes again. Yeah, Carlsberg hanging around the outside. They just made contact on the exit of turn 2.
Under the pits as well.
Yeah, I think Maxi maybe thought there was going to be a safety car then. Maxi Syme's race has not gone out. We've given the curse of the commentator bad time here, and we've got Sparks right, but looks like Chubbs and T. Smith on for the podium. What can Carlsberg do with the rest of those? Carlsberg have gone onto the hard tyres. So the question is, how much tyre will Chubbs and T. Smith have at the end? Are they going to two-stop is the next question as well. T. Smith 2 lap older tyres.
Alex Pixie's in.
So P2 pits for the second time. He'll be looking to go onto the soft tyre now, I'd imagine, unless he's going onto the mediums again.
T. Smith making the move into turn 1.
Chubbs goes defensive. T. Smith's going to come around the long way. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Chubbs saves it again. Great driving from him. T. Smith just gets it done. But it's a brave move around the outside of turn 1. Gets it done though. Chubbs giving just enough room. And then having to catch a big slide there. Just bumped tyres. But yeah, very, very impressed with T. Smith's pace in this one. He's getting quicker and quicker. However, Chubbs
is challenge Sparks in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, maybe. I think he might have been able to challenge him tonight had he not had that spin earlier on.
That's 4 point. 16.5 seconds behind. Jesus Christ, Sparks are near enough.
Yeah, well, Sparks definitely got luckier with the traffic, didn't he? He didn't get as much traffic as these two. Oh, Chubbs having a twitch at that turn 10. Now, we've seen Chubbs just struggling a little bit on his own. Now, maybe having T. Smith in front of him running at a similar pace might just benefit him again. We saw earlier he was doing quick laps behind T. Smith who pits. So T. Smith is on the two-stopper.
It's the soft tyres as well.
Yeah, that'll be soft tyres now. So that'll put Carlsberg onto the podium from the back of the grid.
Reddish or Daddy spun at turn 2.
Yeah, no.
Turn 3, sorry. T. Smith's going for a set of mediums, not softs.
Yeah.
Always serve a 5-second penalty.
Oh no, that's going to be a killer. Through's going to come Alex Pixie.
Alex Pixie's actually got me. He's in contention for a podium, you know.
I think the two ahead of him aren't going to stop, so he's going to have to catch them on pace alone, isn't he?
I think Chubbs as well. I don't think Chubbs is going to pit, so Chubbs is second place.
Flag sector 2, I think that was Bredish Daddy again. Oh, he's just had a little bit of an off this time. Daft chip in the pits and recovered to P12 after being a lap down earlier on after a spin.
Sparks is going to lap Daft chip there now, and he's also about to come up to Casey Bernard to lap him as well.
Oh, yellow flag sector 3. Is that Bread again? I think it is Bread again. So in the final sector, he's gone around yellow flags, but again no safety car, no VSC.
Chubbs is in as well, so I think Chubbs is going. This surely should be set as softs. It is. So Chubbs going for softs.
So he's going aggressive while T. Smith went safe. So that puts Katamise and Carlsberg onto the podium.
T. Smith safety car. I think it's in the pits.
Through goes Alex Pixie then, so Chubbs is going to come out. Where is he going to come out relative to T. Smith? He's on his way down. Where's T. Smith? He's coming down the pit straight. Yep, so Chubbs has got the jump on him. The overcut has worked out nicely there. A yellow flag on the start finish straight for some reason. Oh, Brett's dad is retired in the pits, unfortunately, so Brett's night is done. And for some reason the game has brought his car back onto track. Real helpful. Nice one, Cody's. Nice one. So Chubbs up back out in P5 then, but on those soft tyres now, what has he got now? Alex Pixie ahead of him is on 1 lap old mediums, so his tyres will go to the end and he'll have plenty of grip. So Chubbs really needs to do what Funky Fox was doing last night and really bang in these laps early on. Make the most of having the tyre advantage. But then he's got another 6 seconds up the road to Katamise to get back onto the podium then, so Sparks is now 22 seconds clear of Carlsberg, who's in second. Katamise in third. Now, Alex Pixie, Chubbs and T. Smith, they're going to be the ones on the move. Pagani and Fever doing battle over P8. Pagani giving chase, both of them on the hard tyre. It's a good run from Fever, this one, as well, up in the top 8.
He's doing pretty well, to be fair. These two have been battling all race. Every single time you look at it, it's just the two of them are just literally half a second among each other.
Indeed. And they've got Matt Mann for company as well, so Matt's clinging on to a top 10 there. I think he'll be happy with that, given the circumstances of a strapped up wrist and on his controller.
To be fair, if that man keeps this going, he'd actually be in for P8 because he's 2 points ahead of him with penalties as well.
This is true. Yeah. So yeah, keep going, Matt. I think he'll be made up if he can get a top 8. Trying to find the gap.
Chubbs is starting to close again now as well, but he's not closing as quickly as I thought he was going to close.
Race leader is in.
Yeah, that's...
He's going for soft tyres, these go for fastest lap, I think.
Yeah. He's going to come out in front of Calsper anyway, so it doesn't matter.
And even if he doesn't, I think he'll very quickly get on terms with him. Casper on hards if he's going onto the soft tyre.
If I was Calsper, I'd have took I'd have took the old final layout and just completely cut the corner just to get ahead of him. Take a 10-second penalty.
It's one day doing it, I suppose, yeah, but yeah, as you say, yep, Sparks on his way again. Oh, Pagani goes deep at turn 10. Let Fever get away.
Oh, who's that? That's Alex Pixie's round. Chubbs is also round, so there's two of them in contact, I think.
Oh no. I don't think they were together, were they? There was 2 seconds. Oh no, oh, Chubbs got again.
Oh,
Aaron
so
coming through.
Same corner.
I think they were a couple of seconds apart, weren't they? So I don't know if they got close enough together to have an open. Oh, but Chubb is going to be absolutely fuming with himself for that.
Oh god.
Down to P10.
He's in the gravel again. Chubbs is in the gravel in the final corner again.
No. Where's the track? There it is. Right, get it in straight line. There you go. Oh, Chubbs' race has gone. Oh, Ron Katz goes through as well. He's outside the top 10.
Oh, Chubbs was having.
Well, that changes the dynamic of the top 10. That's the Sparks then, having done that pit stop, still 5 seconds in the lead now on the soft tyres. Expect him to start bagging in some quick laps. Carlsper looking safe in P2. Katamy's also looking safe in P3. T. Smith then has been elevated to P4. Aaron Trucker has locked in up to P5. Alex Pixie back on track after his little drama. He's now P6. We've got a yellow flag in turn 2. Might have been Scuba Steve. Mattman and Pagani is now the closest battle on track. So Pagani having run wide last time at turn 10. Let Mattman close in on him. Feber's got up the road a little bit. With Scuba Steve and Unsafe are also glued together. Unsafe picking up another penalty there. He's racking them up tonight. Guys on the hard tyre. Through turn... Ooh, again Scuba Steve had a bit of a wobble through turn 12. Daft Chip having just set the fastest lap. Oh, Sparks now picks up a penalty. Yellow flag sector 2, that is...
Who is that?
That's Calsper.
Oh!
P2, so Calsper's had a drama. Oh, and almost loses it again. Cooked it. Another one who's cooked his tyres. Academy's up to P2 now.
Academy's going to win this race.
Yeah, I don't think so. well, we'll see what Sparks does. If Sparks decides to throw it off the road, then maybe. Oh, yeah, we said that he's just done 16.8, so he's pushing.
Oh, Pagani, where's he going? Pagani's going to take it.
Oh, Pagani's going through the. Pagani's doing a long lap penalty. It gives the place to Mattman, so Mattman goes past his teammate and Pagani. He's now up to P7, so yeah, Mattman benefiting.
I have no idea where Pagani was going.
Oh, Pagani almost became the first victim of turn... Oh, sector 1, who's that? Oh, it's Chubbs, is it? Turn 2. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Oh, Mattman's had a bump off the curb.
Mattman's on for a P6.
I think he'll be very, very happy with that. Having qualified right down the back as well. Into the pits comes Alex Pixie, so he's picked up some damage. He'll be gutted for that. He was having a really strong run there.
Fever's got a 6-second penalty, so Mattman should jump him pretty easy. To be fair, Fever's had a fantastic race up at 11th position from P17 to P6.
Really good drive from Fever tonight. Kept himself out of trouble, as he always does. Alex Pixie onto the soft tyre then, so he's going to be racy towards the end. Casey Unsafe and Scuba Steve have all just gone past him. Masters Nexus Cats. He's trundling down pit lane.
Chubbs, if you're watching this, put it into the pit. Put it into the pit. Put it into the wall and get a safety car out there, will you?
Give us a grandstand finish. Go on. You know you want to. No, don't do that. Sparks, though. Well, he is now. He's back up to 19-second lead. So all the drama's going on behind him. Everybody throwing it off the road, and he's just opened that gap up again, and he's now got a very, very comfortable lead. Fastest lap pole position. He's going for the Grand Slam tonight. And nobody would bet against him at the moment than Catamese, who's driven a very quiet race by his standards, but it's worked out nicely for him. He's now up to P2. 3 seconds out of Carlsberg, who's got a penalty to his name as well. Did he pick up any damage from that spin? Another yellow flag. That is, oh no, it's Alex Pixie again, I believe. Yeah, oh, and he's gone. Yeah, Alex Pixie has called it a night, unfortunately. Oh, such a shame for him. He's looking good for a top 5 finish. A couple of late spins have just dropped him down the order, so that's unlucky for him.
No safety car. That's
unfortunate. No safety car, so yeah, no, still not bringing out. Can't get a safety car for love nor money tonight. Throwing up, giving him out for free last night. Sparks won't mind though. He's cruising to his first win of the season. Catherine's second, Carlsberg third. T. Smith now just 3.5 seconds back though. No penalty to his name, so T. Smith is on for a podium here if he can close up those 4/10. He's on fresher tyres, he's also on softer tyres. He's on the mediums, Carlsberg's on the hards. So podium is dangling in front of T. Smith here. Aaron Trucker's now up to P5 as well. He's looked in tonight as well. Although he pushed it a little bit hard there, a little bit wide into the chicane. Phoebe's P6, just wants a little bit what now. Phoebe's got a penalty there, out the portal corner, running on the green strip. Bearing in mind in qualifying, we saw how wide Katz went. And Katz didn't get his lap invalidated, so I'm very confused by that penalty.
That's just the game, but
that's just
Pagani not overtaking Matman, which is very strange. He had a clear run and just didn't bother to overtake him.
He didn't fancy it. Oh, safety car. Oh, it's Chubbs. Chubbs has gone. Where has he gone? Exit turn 6. No, turn 5, sorry. Exit turn 5. So, well, maybe he is listening.
Lee.
Scuba Steve, unsafe, straight into the pits.
Lee Spark. Catamese could win this.
Catamese could win this. Now, what happens here? Where is the safety car compared to the race leaders? Sparks is... Well, Sparks obviously isn't going to pit. Catamese surely has to pit.
Yeah.
Surely he has to pit. We saw last night it's only 5 laps of the race to go. But
I think
the tyre advantage.
I think everybody will pit.
If he doesn't, and Carlsberg does, then I mean, Pagani's obviously got a massive gap, so Pagani won't lose that if he pits. Yep, Cat's in. Carlsberg coming around. What does he do?
Sparks is dead out.
Well, he's only on 4 lap old softs anyway, so I don't think it'll be too much of an issue for him. T. Smith is in. What does Aaron do? Aaron...
He's in.
Yep, Aaron is in. Phoebe makes a late call. Here he goes. Mattman stays out. Mattman's going for track position, so Mattman's braving it. Now, who is he going to jump?
Everybody.
He's going to head a Carlsberg. He's going to go third. Catamese is on his way out the pit lane, so Catamese is back on track.
Oh, this is going to be a brave one.
Carlsberg coming out in 4th. Mattman then 11 lap old hard tyres. He's going to have a rapid Carlsberg, T. Smith, Aaron, Phoebe Pagani all behind him on lap 29, so he's not going to have too many laps to hold on, so that might be a good choice for Mattman.
Nestor Scats has also stayed out as well on the mediums.
He's only on 4 lap or 5 lap old mediums now, so Casey Bernard's in. Scuba Steve is behind the safety car. He's a lap down, he's behind his teammates, so that's not looked out for him at all.
He'll not be able to take that either.
No, he won't be able to go through, so yeah, so Scuba Steve then. He's stuck in the traffic, however, he could play a very crucial role here. We've got Scuba Steve, we've got Unsafe, we've got Daft Chip and Maxi Syme between Sparks and Catamese.
They'll all go stuff.
This is true, but they're going to take his eye. They're going to take his eye, and he's obviously going to be back in the queue, so he's not going to be right on the back of Sparks.
Sparks is determined to overtake our safety car.
Into the pits comes Maxi Syme. So Maxi Syme's getting out of the way. Maybe he's going for the fastest lap. So safety car out.
Mattman pitted.
Oh, Mattman pitted. Oh, he's gone a lap too late, they feel there. Although he's got a nice gap there, so he might not lose out too much here. Aaron, I think, might jump him, but he should still come out in P6. Is Phoebe going to get him as well? Phoebe's going to get him as well.
So Pagani will not get him, so we'll be out ahead of basically where he was at before.
Yeah, so he's back out in 7th. Yeah, pretty much where he was, so it was a brave call from Mattman. But I think he thought better of it. I think seeing everybody else pit there, I think he would have lost places left, right and centre, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he would have. Unsafe release.
Safe Scuba C behind the safety car. That's a 5-second penalty. Hopefully not any wing damage.
We're going to get a 3-lap sprint.
3-lap sprint race coming up then. So Sparks is behind the safety car. No convenient for him, he's got his teammate, he's got unsafe release, and he's got Daft Chip behind him. Then his second place on the road, Catamese. Oh, but he's on fresh tyres, so Catamese on fresh tyres is always going to be a bit bonsai.
Sparks is lagging very badly on my screen.
Yeah, he is, yeah, I've noticed that as well. Thankfully he's not been near anybody, so it's been okay so far. Now, no sign the safety car's coming in, so it looks like we're going to do at least one more lap. If it's going to notify us, it's going to be a very late notification if it's going in this lap. Although, like I said, that one of the Alpines is still playing catch up. I think it's unsafe. It's coming around. Oh no, we are in this lap, so there we go. A very late call. And Sparks pulls the trigger and goes. Catamese has got to wait. Now he's at risk from Calspert. Well, above the traffic, Calspert on the attack already. They are side by side. Nearly, Catamese comes over to cover. Calspert goes again. They are wheel to wheel. Who's going to be last on the brakes? The answer is they're going to go side by side. Oh, there's a bit of bumping. Oh, Casper's in the gravel. Half spins. Oh, the McLaren goes to the back of him.
Oh, a lot of contact in behind.
Oh, and Aaron's going to be absolutely fuming. He had nowhere to go. Can he hang on for the last few laps then? With that wing damage. Oh, look at how bad that has hurted him already. Man. Oh, Faber's lost a couple of places. What's happened to Faber? Faber's had a drama somewhere. So the Pagani's up to P6 again. He's got Nexus Cats. Oh, that's Matman with Nexus Cats going up the inside. The brave move from Cats there into turn 6.
On the mediums as well.
Mediums as well, so Matman let him go though. Cats has got a penalty, so Pagani ran the outside of Aaron Trucker. Oh, Aaron's going to be absolutely fuming. It was not his accident. Obviously Calsberg got squeezed into the gravel, came back on, had a big slide, and Aaron had nowhere to go except straight into the back. And now Cats is trying to get up the inside of him as well. Matman's trying to buy it. Oh, now Cats is the back of Aaron, who's trying to go into the pits. Aaron dives into the pits, and so Catamese and now T. Smith is back onto the podium and trying to find a way past Catamese. Now these two have a bit of a history. Calsper's on the back of this as well, so we've got three-way battle for 2 spots on the podium. Now Catamese is outside of that 3-second gap that he needs to Sparks.
Catamese had one job, man. One job.
Well, I think that battle with Calsper has just let them get away. And he had those ghost cars in front of him as well. Calspert trying to get back into this. T. Smith, he will love to put one over on Catamese if he can.
We know what Catamese is like. He likes to run over down for a setup as well.
He does. I think he's only on like 2-2 wings this game, obviously with the extra lack of rear grip.
I'd say so.
It was Barcelona, so maybe he's treated himself to 3-3. And round the bar,
maybe 3-2.
3-2, maybe 3-2. Into the chicane for the final time then. Of course, no DRS after that safety car yet either, so he's going to have to manufacture this himself. DRS is now active this lap, so he'll have it on the back straight. But he won't have it at the start finish straight, so he's going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Cars up ahead of him battling as well. Burning the DRS. His ERS, sorry. He's getting close, he's going to go for it. No, Cat goes a bit wide though. And settled him slightly. Can he try and force an opening? Catamese goes a little bit wide through 3. Can he get up the inside?
He's going to use it to try and overtake him onto turn.
Oh, Danny is a big send. Contact slide, already goes. Oh, that's so unlucky. Calsberg goes up to 3rd. Kavagani comes through to 4th. P-Smith down to P6. Make that P7 as Matman goes through. It was a big send. It was a late move. It just didn't come off. So unfortunately, look at that. Let's open the gap up to the lead to 6.7 seconds. But Calsper's now coming at him. The Katamis has fended off one. Here comes Kalsper down the inside. But Katamis could let him go because Kalsper's got a penalty. He's gone deep though. They come together again. Kalsper's going to try and go around the outside. This is hard wheel-to-wheel action. Kalsper now on the curves trying to find a way through. But up ahead, Sparks out the final corner. It has been so easy for him tonight. He wins with the fastest lap on the last lap of the race. Katamis is going to hold on for P2 on the track. And he crosses the line in second place. Kalsper third. Pagani crosses the line in fourth. Katz is fifth. Matman is going to be sixth. Where does he jump to though? The answer is fifth. T. Smith stays P7. Fever crosses the line in P8. Casey Bernard coming across the line now, P9. Yep, he finishes P9. Aaron Trucker, so unlucky for him. Still going to get a top 10, but should have been a top 5 at least. And in the final corner he comes. And he is the final finisher with the other guys already lapped and already across the line. So, breathless finish. But yeah, I think Sparks made that look quite easy.
Yeah, he did, but it was, to be fair, the battle between Katamis and Kalsper, the safety car restart it really helped them quite a bit, so...
Yeah, definitely.
We don't know what it would have been if I was Katamis in that situation. I would have let Kalsper go and just follow him.
Yeah, because of course Kalsper had a penalty as well, didn't he? So he didn't need to. He could have just chased him through, but didn't deny the man on top of the podium. Sparks takes his first win of the season. Katz and Kalsper on the podium with him. T. Smith so unlucky there. Tried that big move. Didn't quite get there in time though. And he ends up P7, so we're disappointed with that, but great race pace from him once again. Certainly making strides this season. So, final classified results when the game loads. When the game loads. Any time, Cody, come on. You don't take this time. Yeah.
Mine's just loaded enough.
Maybe
to be fair, I'd give Batman driver of the day from P16 to P5. Fantastic result.
It was very dry for him, especially with 1.5 wrists and on pad for the first time. No, brilliant. I don't even see the end results because it's just skipped through.
Yeah, all you just need to know is that it was Sparks Academies and Kalsper top 3.
There we go then. So there we go, and so that is the end of the action for tonight. Thank you very much for joining me tonight, Dan. Much appreciated.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Right, so that is the end of the F1 action for this week, but we are back tomorrow with GT Sport. It is GT14, and this week we are coming to you live from Spa-Francorchamps, and we've got 2 wet races to navigate, so do join us for that. 8 o'clock tomorrow, join Switchback to take you through all of the action. Next week, Bahrain next week, isn't it?
It is indeed, yes.
Bahrain, so Bahrain then, I know that's quite a popular track, so a few of the bogey ones out of the way, and then we go on to the good stuff. So Bahrain next week, Tuesday and Wednesday as always, and on Monday we are in the penultimate week of ACC, and we are at the Cathedral of Speed, that is Monza, so do join us for that as well. We've still got spaces, and if anyone wants to join ACC, please do get in touch. Thank you for those in the chats. Didn't lose at 2-2, got squeezed. Apparently Maxi Syme got a bit of a squeeze, so that was what put paid to him. But we will unpick all of that then. So that is the end of the coverage tonight. Thank you very much for joining us. As ever, if you haven't already liked the stream, please do so before you go, and we will see you again next week for more FTRL F1 action.